Hello, everybody. Ta-da! What's up? Welcome to another episode of HELLION ARTSHOW. I can hear myself. I need to be my YouTube tab. It's so annoying when I hear my own damn voice. And I realize how absolutely horrendous I sound. Thank you for being here, everybody. And hello, Camel. So glad you can join me today.
Hello there. It's nice to be on. It's nice to be on a new channel.
Yeah? You haven't been on a new channel in a while? This is your first time on my channel, I think.
I think so.
Cool.
Yeah. Usually, I got to slum around Bancrofts. I'm like, oh, God.
That's not slumming around.
It smells the same after a while,
It smells the same. Yeah. Nah, he's like big time now. He's like killing it with the shorts. And I need to start doing the shorts and chasing the algorithm because he's like, I don't know, fucking 8,000 subscribers or something.
Starting tomorrow, everybody is going to be like, shorts. That's the way to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have been wanting to do shorts, but it's like, I don't really talk current topics. I don't really, it's just not my thing. Like, I want to do shorts about it. Like, ooh, this is how you draw a hand and shit like that. Cause I don't know. I'm bad at
into it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do something that I'm not into, but he's really good at it. He can make these really cool little clips, but we're not here to talk about Bancroft. We're here. I mean, Bancroft.
I talk about Bancroft all the time. That's my, every day on my show.
Bancroft. I know. Let's talk about, we're here to talk about Boots and Heels and your book and you and welcome, chat. Thank you for being here. Let's say hi to a few people and let's just get into it. Everyone's here. Hello, Diablo, my beautiful dark twisted fago tree. Hello, Marumi, Snafu, raise above. Hello, FK. Take clips from your live streams. What? Oh, I should do that. I did do that. Like whenever I would get really angry about something, I clipped it a couple times. It did pretty well. I need to do that more. It's just. Yeah.
I've thought of that. Like, if I was to do clips, if I did Cold Camel's hot takes, every time I get irate at something, maybe that would be a good short, but I don't know. I don't know if I really want to spend the time trying, but then, you can't win if you don't play. So
Yeah, I did that a couple times, but then I didn't want it to seem like, well, I stream a lot and all my actual uploads are me being angry. Like this is just a channel of me screaming and being angry all the time. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as long as maybe it's more playful. But and Mike's even said so much of like, yeah, he's got, 8 or 7,000 new subs in the last month, but at the same time, that's great for the YouTube channel itself, but we don't know yet what the transfer rate is on selling books or going to live streams. So, I think that still remains to be seen.
That's true. That's true. I'm sure it helps though. I'm sure it doesn't hurt. You're Ralph Mack. Hello. Ralph Mack says you're his little Chinese boy. I didn't know you were Chinese.
This is Hi Little Chinese Boy and Camel. I think he's saying yours.
Oh, and Camel.
Thanks, I guess.
Apparently a little dyslexic Chinese boy. I am. Irina's anti-bankrupt. Shame. Well,
I know.
I guess we all found out my true colors showed today. We're in the net. Never run out of clips. Yeah, I need to do the clips some more. Alex VRB is here. Chris Plays. Angry Draws. Yeah, that's right. Randanda. Hello, Norton Turbo. What's up? All right. Let's start talking about this book here of yours. By the way, if anybody would like to check out Boots and Heels, the links are pinned in the description, and I'm going to pin it in the comments in a minute. But before we talk about that, why don't you tell everybody who you are, how you got about to doing this comics thing, and what's your origin story? Because I don't actually know. I've streamed with you, but I don't think we've really talked at length. So
yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I think at this point, a lot of people know. I don't want to bore them too much, but there's always that 1% chance that there is someone out here who does not know. But I hit the scene late 2019 or early 2020, and I was making these Space Ghost parody cartoons, and I'd used Ethan and John and all of them as their voices in the cartoon itself, and they did pretty well. People liked them, and so they were like, "You should do a campaign for it," and I started one, and I was so green. I mean, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anything about campaigning or anything, and we hit $3,000 in a week. And it was for the DVD for these cartoons. And then I got a cease and desist from Warner Brothers. They were like, you can't make this, even though it was a parody.
Okay.
And they were like, because I had changed it to Space Roast or something. And I had changed the designs up, but they were like, it's just too similar. And it really was not a hill worth dying on. Okay. And so there were people in the comments of the Space Ghost thing. They were like, just make your own shit. And I was like, yeah, I might as well anyway. So I hunkered down, disappeared from the chat for about 2 or 3 months, and then I made Hail Salad, and I put it up, and it was pretty much instant gangbusters. It got 5,000 or 6,000 views. I don't know what it's on now. Maybe it's still 5. All seemingly overnight, and EVS and all the guys, Jack Show, whatever, were playing it on their channels, and so I made more. And eventually I ended up making 9 of them at this point, and did well enough that I ended up making a campaign for that. And that was the Hail Salad campaign. That pulled in just under 55K, and it was not bad for a first time. And it was a comic book, a bunch of standees, lunchbox, t-shirt. It was really a merchandise campaign that had a comic attached to it. And that came out, took a little while to get that out. So in the meantime, I started the Camel Night Show, and that was with, initially it was me and Mike and Shane. And then Shane went off and did Ballers. And then it was me, Mike, John, and Chokeout. And that lasted for about a year. And then John went off and did Ballers. And then we got Sheila, and then I fired Sheila.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Not really. It's not really what happened. We shifted nights, and I shifted the crew around a little bit. Really just to kind of change the flavor of the show. And the whole time I was really working on this project, Boots and Heels. And Boots and Heels was a project I've been working on since 2012. It's 13 issues. They're all drawn about. So it's like there's over 350 pages that are finished. And I needed to spread it into compartments so that I could, sell. If I sell 13 books in one campaign, like I'm not going to make any money. So I broke it up. And phase 1, we started in October, and it's going pretty good so far. So I think we're just at, I don't know where we're at. I think we just hit 30,000, maybe. I have to check. But that is okay. Yeah, I'll check. And those are just about done. I added an issue 0 that was not part of the original 12 that I drew. The issue 0 was the Comic Skaters versus the X-Them, sort of a parody book that was kind of, it was like an issue 0 that led into issues 1 through 12. And it's sort of about this, like, essentially it's like an analogy for the culture war that took place that leads to the destruction of the planet. And the X-Thems being the sort of SJW type and the Comic Skaters being the more conservative type. And which, it's kind of obvious, but that was 20 pages. It's moved to 28. I finished drawing it 2 days ago. I've started the inking. I actually have some inks to show you guys. And so it's moving along pretty good. So I'm very hopeful I'll get it out this year, but I can't make, I don't want to make promises I can't back up, but it's looking good. So
awesome. All right. I didn't know you've been working on Boots and Heels for that long. That's awesome. It's 13 issues, like 20-page issues, right? Like normal.
Yeah, nothing. I think. Well, let's see here. It's 13, including issue 0, and the pages run between 20 and 28. But there are much more that are in the 24, 28 range than there are in the 20 range.
Okay. All right. That's good to hear. I'm always curious and happy to hear about somebody that has something more than 3 or 4 issues planned, because I think the American comics industry has kind of conditioned people to either you do like one graphic novel or you do like a mini series, because that's what all the publishers want. And I like it when somebody plans something out, like it's not so much like a long form story necessarily, because 13 issues isn't super long form, but it's it's not.
Well, it's a maxi series.
It's a maxi series, right? I see a lot of shorter series. Not that there's anything wrong with shorter series, of course, etc. But I think there's just not a lot of. It's more of a risk to do something longer, but that's good to see.
And I think what's positive about it is that a lot of time, not all the time. 32. Oh shit! Someone must have got.
32 even.
Great. Good night, everybody.
Okay. No. We're here to promote this. We're here to get 35 tonight, everybody. $3,000
super fast. What I was going to say was that it's what's nice about it is that sometimes I think in crowdfunding you see guys that are very optimistic, and it's like we're going to do 12 issues, but they're still drawing part 2. And what's nice is I can guarantee you that the other 12 are done. So so long as we meet our goals on every phase, like the books are going to come out. So I don't think people need to worry so much about whether or not I'll get to it. It's already been gotten to. The only thing I have to do moving forward is color it.
All right. And you were, well, before we get to the team and who's doing what is Boots and Heels about?
Boots and Heels. In the year 2020, the Earth explodes, just completely. Page 1, boom, and
just real history.
Well, I mean, as I'm not retconning it, but I've been writing it since I've actually been writing it since '96. But
holy shit,
I've been drawing it since 2012, and then as the world is slowly collapsing, it is kind of ironic to see the shit that's taking place. And that's why I really thought issue 0 would be great, because it does kind of lampoon, the goings on in the news today. And so the Earth blows up. it sends a ripple through time and space to the year 3210. And that's where Boots and Heels are secret agent time travelers. They get this signal that, oh, the time and, the earth blew up, and they need to go back and stop it. The problem is it was so long ago that there's no records of anything. And so they don't know where to go or how to do anything. So they go back to the year 19, I guess it would probably be 95. I have to check my notes. But they go back and they recruit this guy named the Claude Agent. And the Claude Agent was kind of like the Batman of that universe in that time. And they essentially recruit him to help him discover where the bomb is, who planted it. And, they give everyone their mission, and they sort of set off on, like the Claude Agent gets his 6 issues, Boots and Heels get their 6 issues, and the 2 stories intertwine in a time travel type fashion until the last 2 issues where everything culminates and they figure out what happened and why the earth exploded the way it did.
All right. Interesting. Time travel and sci-fi and superpower stuff, it seems like.
Yeah, what's fun about it is, like, because it's time travel related, something will happen in one issue, and then you'll find out because of the time travel that it actually happened in a later issue. And so you can always kind of like reorganize the comics once you get them all and read them in different orders, and it's going to make just as much sense as it did in any other order.
Right, because you kind of already know what's going to happen. It's just a mystery of why it's being solved. That's
exactly.
Cool. That's cool. I look forward to it. It's, time travel isn't done right a lot. Well, it's annoying when people don't use it as sort of like it's an inception point of the story, which is what you're essentially doing here. A lot of people use it as a crutch to like bullshit their way into solving a problem. Marvel.
No, I could totally see that. And I think, especially like you said, like Marvel, like there's a lot of retconning going on because they didn't expect that there was going to be a time travel element. So they were like, oh, we'll figure it out. But this has been written explicitly knowing going forward, like, okay, no, it's a time travel story. And so like when I'm writing issue 11, I'm writing issue 1 at the same time.
Right. Yeah. Everything is all synced up. I mean, that's the only way you can make it work, even without something like time travel. Like when you write a story, that's what knowing the ending. That's what it means. And I think you shouldn't just know the ending. George R. Martin. You should actually plan out all the plot points, not necessarily have the whole script written before you draw a comic for like, I don't know, 100 issues, but like, because knowing what direction your character development is going lets you know when to plant those seeds and when that development would optimally take place. So I don't know, it's you need to have a plan. A lot of people don't do that. And, I mean, not that I'm the best writer ever, but I think I can complain about other people's work. But you're not doing that. You're doing it the right way.
Yeah, I have a history in filmmaking, and I've worked for major TV stations as editors, and so like, especially as an editor, it is kind of like non-linear. It is like time travel. I mean, that's like a real stretch, but because you're able to like kind of change the flow of the story and be able to put certain things at certain points, you're able to kind of think outside the box of like a basic linear fashion. And then, because of that, it's like, oh, okay, there are different ways to tell a story that don't involve scene 1, 2, 3, and forward.
I'm a little distracted by all these names on here. This is very entertaining.
Oh, you're reading it. So if you go down, it'll say what their powers are.
Clapback, Karen, Hive Mind, Shots Fired, He-Mail. I like the Catfish and Mr. NPC. Transistor. Oh my word, this is hilarious. Oh, you have.
Yeah, I gave their powers so that people wouldn't be,
I said that's what their powers are. Yeah, okay. A hot mess. Everything it touches turns to hot flaming garbage. All right. Sonic Boom, Clapback. Well, I'm not going to spoil it. You guys should. I mean, you can see it on the screen, but you guys should go check out the campaign to read it. This is hilarious. And are you doing all the art?
Yeah, I have here. This was the first 2-page spread that's in the book that I finished. Make sure I
Ooh.
open this up
See.
correctly. Yeah.
So you're like mega doing everything. You're like doing the art and the colors and the writing. You're one of those people that everybody hates because you can do everything.
Yeah, I did. I guess so. I mean, I do it because it saves me money. So,
frankly, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I wasn't slow as shit, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah. So that's, yeah, I've been drawing since I was 2, but, and then for the coloring, I've developed a style, which is later on this campaign page, where it almost looks like kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon, and it's easier to color 300 pages when you've kind of agreed on a specific look, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, I'd be here till 2050 coloring this thing if I had to do it 100% by myself, at like a super high caliber level. So
I like the kind of it's almost retro slash it's not really. It's something about the shading makes me think of Crumb, but better.
Crumb, like the cartoonist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like comics, like with an X, but your silhouettes are more superhero. I don't know. I mean that in a good way. I like it.
Yeah, it's very like, I mean, I think somewhere in there it says like, it's a return to the Copper Age. And so every issue by itself is its own story too. Because like that's the stuff that I loved growing up. So it's like, yeah, it's part of a larger story and everything connects. But like if you want to just pick up issue 5 is its own story. It's like an episode. It's like an episode of a TV show. So you can just do like, in this issue, this happens, in this issue, this happens. And then, kind of like an episode of 24, there's always a cliffhanger at the end that leads you to the next issue. But as you start reading all of them, you realize that those cliffhangers could possibly go to different issues. And so that's what makes it kind of fun.
That sounds cool. I am interested to see how you pull that off. So what would your influences be, both writing wise and art wise?
Well, I've told people that like if Batman joined the X-Men and went to the Age of Apocalypse, that would be kind of what this story is. And and influences for writing, it's Nightfall meets Days of Future Past.
Okay.
And for for the character, like for my art design, I guess I've had people say that it looks like a mix between Bruce Timm and what's his name? Jack Kirby. It's sort of like a kind of a simplistic kind of look, but it's still low-key has a kind of modern kind of sharpness to it.
I can see that. Yeah, somebody said very 80s. It is. Oh, Snarky says it's 80s. Is this you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I didn't do on this is that the cover. Dan Lawless did the cover.
Oh yeah, that's obviously.
Yeah, you could tell.
Dan is awesome. Yeah, it's obviously him. This is awesome. Yeah. Oh, okay. Some of the colors on this look different than maybe it's just me. I'm seeing things. So you said you worked in animation and TV stuff. Not that you don't have to say like where, but like did you? I'm curious. Are you okay with saying where? Like, what's your experience? Did you go to
I worked at History Channel and A&E. We worked on, oh God, it's so long ago. Do you remember the show, Gene Simmons? It was like a Family Jewels. Have you heard of this?
No.
You're so young. Yeah. That was the name of the show. So I had worked on a little bit of that. What else did we do? There was another show called Ice Road Truckers. We worked on that. And we worked on a new show at the time was called Hoarders. So a lot of them were like, these were the shows that were, around at the time. There was a Dog the Bounty Hunter. I worked on that one too. That was actually one of my first gigs.
Wow.
And then, I did some documentary films, went to some festivals, won some festivals. Those no one would ever know. No one ever knows film festival movies, but it is good. Those festivals and winning those festivals is what got me the job at A&E. And then after that, I did some of my own stuff. I went to, not own stuff, but like I went out on my own. I did sizzle reels for Pepsi, NASCAR, that kind of stuff. And then eventually I was just kind of got bored with it. And so I was like, I'm going to get back into comics because I always wanted to anyway. And yeah, and there you go.
Awesome. Cool. That's something you've definitely been around the entertainment industry for a while. You've got lots of experience. That I gotta say, I saw your Hail Salad stuff, and I think I just didn't get the in jokes.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it was impressive. It's always impressive. It's like you and what's that Seamus guy who does the animated political shorts all on his own. And the few people who do, anybody who does like animations all on their own on YouTube, I'm very impressed because I work in animation. I know it's not fucking easy, even if you're doing puppet animation.
Yeah, I don't know who Seamus is, but
Seamus. You should look it up. What's the chat? Help me. What's the name of? You guys need to know him. He does really funny political cartoons. My Freedom Tunes. Yeah, my brain is brain. It's such an easy name, but I can't fucking remember because I'm stupid. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, it's fun. You should look it up. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's cool to see other people who've worked in animation as well. I think Norma worked in animation as too. I think.
Yeah, he does like actual traditional animation. Like I do garbage, float things across the screen, animation. But like I've always wanted to do an Adult Swim type cartoon. So it was a great excuse and reason to do it. And I love Hail Salad. I don't even see them as CG people. I see them as my own characters at this point. I already have the next 2 issues written. I actually have this one here. So if anyone got the campaign, they got probably this book. And this is like, it's like came out hollow foil.
I love the hollow foil. I was noticing you had the hollow standees and the pages have a lot of like rainbow coloring as well.
Yeah.
It's very 80s.
Every issue of Boots and Heels will have a hollow foil cover as well. So there's always like going to be sort of a high quality mark when you get anything that I put out. And we actually have a tier on here that is to get the book. It's just issue 1 because I don't want to give people bleeding brains or anything, but it's the whole issue is in 3D. So it'll come with little glasses. And it's black and white, and it's has like the red and blue shift. Yeah, there it is.
Is that what that was like? What's happening to my brain?
Yeah. It'll be appropriately done on the book. That was just like something I did quick for the graphic for the page, but everything will come out properly. I used to work in printing, and so we had someone come. This is like 2000 something, and they wanted something in 3D. So I essentially, had to figure out how to do it for the client. But yeah, it'll look really good, and it'll come with glasses, so you'll be able to read the whole first issue like that. And we have a lot of stuff for this campaign. Yeah, we have that standee, which I actually have right here.
That is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see. Okay. Standees are cool. It's good to see someone else making. And you're doing a whole diorama. I kind of want to do something like that. And
this is also holographic. And when you flip it over, it's the original cover to the first issue that I made. Like, 10, 15 years ago. So this is, we only have 20 of these. I think we've sold 5 or 6. I don't know what we've sold, but we haven't sold them out. So if you want to get it, you can pick it up right now. And this is also holographic like the other stuff.
Snarky says he bought that. Awesome. Thank you, Snarky. You're awesome. Yeah. I think standees are full. Well, hold on. Let's go here. I see Rainey's costume as a Romulan. Okay, everybody's saying I'm dressed as a Star Trek character today. I did not realize that, but let's just pretend that was intentional. Okay, moving on.
Oh, okay. So we sold 9 of the 20. I just found it. All right, so that's not bad. So we have 11 left.
Only 20? That's a really small production run.
Yeah, if it was one of these companies where you know, unless you're ordering 1,000, you're not really going to get a deal. So there's only price breaks at certain points. So like, let's just keep it low. Otherwise, it's going to be really expensive for everyone involved. So.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me got a few super chats, so let me catch up on that. Let's go through these tiers to see what you're selling, because I saw you got like this mega everything in here. It's like super epic.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
we're gonna look at all the goodies you're offering. Sir Nolan Lockhart, you're now sir. For $9.99. Thank you. My two favorite people, Camel and Rainy, on the same stream. Fantastic. Oh,
yeah.
Are we your favorite people?
You're welcome, brah.
Oh,
Sir.
Thank you for being here, Sir Lockhart. Thank you. Christopher Gorey for $4.99. Thank you. Happy evening, Irene and Camel. Happy evening, Christopher.
Hello.
Thank you. David L for $5. Thank you. My taxes are going to Rini. Camel. Oh,
it's okay. We'll have a show later tonight. You can send all your taxes back to your king where they belong.
Yeah, we're tag teaming shows today. So we just got a Bancroft race. So hello everybody from Bancroft land. And then after we end, Camel will be streaming. So we got this whole flow going. So everybody head over to Camel's channel after I'm done here. That should be fun. John Melich, did I say that right? I tried. For $1.99, thank you. Camel, I love your late and gay show.
Thank you. It's the latest and gayest on the internet. We work very hard at that.
Yeah, apparently it seems awesome. Let's see. Hyper Wizard for £10. You Brits. Taxes. Yeah, it's tax season over in America right now. It's weird, I know. Yeah. We do taxes in the middle of the damn year.
Taxes were due April 15th, but on my show, they're due every episode.
Huh? No, this year it was due the 18th, so it was yesterday. So I was like, fucking having an aneurysm. You know, it's like they give you to the first quarter or like the middle of the year, and I still wait to the last minute every single time.
What is this?
Responsibility.
What Avers? Ever? I don't know what your name is, dude. Aviator Surge? Aviator Surge. Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah. Oh, Aviator Surge.
I got the 0 and want to avoid duplication. I'd get the 3D, but now how do I get 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 individually? Yeah, there's no 2 and 3 individually. Unfortunately. I'm so sorry. What you could do is you can get the Dan Lawless cover that has issues 1, 2, and 3 in color as a trade, but you can only get it as an add-on. So if you get something, you can get that as an add-on, and then that's kind of like getting 2 and 3. It's not the worst, at least because if you get the 3D one, that's cool, but then it's not in color either. So yeah,
apparently
it's the best I can offer. Sorry.
Well, I missed some super chats. I'm sorry. I found it now. And I missed a reference with the taxes thing. I don't get references. In case you didn't know that, Camel, I don't get.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't think she understood. I was like, taxes is what I call super chats on my channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it now.
Yeah, when you were like, no, taxes were yesterday. I was like, all right.
Whatever. Okay. Welcome to me not getting references. I'm sorry. I think I was on the channel like once, so I don't really know the channel lore, and I'm terrible. I should go on more.
Lore, huh? Yeah. Ancient
so.
Channel camel lore.
I'm a terrible person. I haven't even been on your channel a lot, so
you could come on. We'll say hi.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually you stream like literally in the middle of the night. It's not like I'm sleeping, but I'm usually working. So, I don't know.
You know what'll happen? You'll show up, and everyone's gonna be like, "You should have Reedy on all the time. You should make her the next cat."
Yeah. It's not like I stream. I have designated streams for half of the week. Like I think like 4 nights a week. I have designated streams now. It's fine. I don't need to draw. It's not like I have comic to do. I know. Fine. But no, I'd love to go on more, and I should host myself.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. It's fine.
Okay, Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Blogful says, never watched the Camel Knights, Rini? For shame. I know. Some people just don't know what they're missing.
I know, yeah. I think I've only been on once. I'm terrible, but I will rectify that. I will soon. Hostman Socrates for 5. Thank you, people of Berlin. The Bogan army is here. Abandon your homes. Abandon all hope. Hoorah. Okay. Is that a reference to something I don't get? Thank you very much, Hostman
That
Socrates.
is not a camel lore comment. I don't know what that is.
Well, I appreciate it. And Hostman Socrates sent another $2 super chat. Tell me you sent a $5 super chat. I saw it. Thank you very much for the other $2. Mucho gracias. Okay. Oh, FK 322 for another 5. If you go on Camel Show, make sure to follow the rules. There are rules? Well, I'm just gonna let you know now. I'm bad at following rules.
The rules are whatever I decree at that very second. You know, if I ask you to spit nickels, you say how many, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm terrible at following rules and being, staying in line. So just ask John Malin.
The rules are if I have a story, we talk about the story. Every now and then, people are like, "Hey, let's just hang out. Let's just talk about whatever." No, it's not Jack's show. We don't do that. It's like we got there's a regimen. We got to do the things because otherwise we'll be there all night. So that's the deal. Yeah.
I know how that goes. That's definitely happy for FK322 for 2. Again, thank you. Explain your tax system, Durrani.
It's just what I told you. Oh,
okay.
It's just whatever the super chats are. They're the taxes.
Okay. All right. That's a funny way to go about super chats. Ralph Mack for Australian 2. I think that's Australian 2. Thank you. Choke's a funny dummy. Please replace Phil. He's our friend. Okay. Thank you, Ralph Mack.
He's already on a show with Phil. Maybe I'll replace Rob with Rini. You know, it'll be easier. I only have to replace a couple letters in the intro. Rob is always sick anyway, you know.
Oh no, it's terrible. I don't want to replace anybody. Okay, I don't think I have time to be a regular on any more shows. Please save me. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be bookmarking his super chats, and I'll come back to those later. Thank you guys very much. Okay, so let's go through these tiers and see what you're offering because this looks pretty epic. What this right here
great stuff. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All of this.
So yeah, for $250, you get like people call like the honeycomb box. I can't remember what Ethan called
it. The subscription tier or the subscription tier, everything. Yeah.
So we called it a shoe box because that's what you keep your shoes in. That's what you keep your boots and heels in.
Oh,
you keep
that's
in a shoe box.
Clever.
So you get there's the shoe box tier, and it comes with 12 issues, 12 printed copies of the comic. You get issues 0 through 3, basic. Issues 0 through 3 with the Jim Lee homage cover that Bancroft and I did. And then you get the, what do you get here? 2 versions of issue number 0 that are exclusive. They both have special covers. And then you get a black and white volume of issues 0 through 3, because a lot of people like the black and white. And then you get the Dan Lawless volume 1, which is issues 1, 2, and 3. You also get all 4 stickers, and I think there's going to be 1 or 2 prints in it. So it's actually a pretty tight deal for $250. Everything is either hollow foil or shatter foil or lava foil, and it's all going to have 60 or 70 pound paper. So it's all very good and very high end and high quality stuff. And I think there's only, I don't know if I printed 25 or 50 of them, but there's not a million of them. So if you want to get the box, we only have 15 or 20 left. I don't really know what it is, but it's not bad. I mean, for $250, if you were to divide all that stuff up, it comes out to about $10 each.
Awesome. Yeah, that's
$20 each.
That's a pretty epic haul.
$18. 18.
Too lazy to do math.
I'm trying to account for the box and the stickers and stuff, but
it's I don't know your numbers, but it's a good deal. So back it now. It's only $250. It's fine. It's for this is a small library of books. It's worth it.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff, and it's a big enough box. And we have other things here. It pretty much comes with everything that is Boots and Heels related. It's not an official subscription tier because it doesn't come with any of the Camel Knights merch because we have a Camel Knights lunchbox and t-shirt and some stuff there. But it comes with everything except for the Preston Acevedo print and the boots and heels standee that I already showed you guys.
All right.
Oh, it also comes with the, I think, is it in there? Yeah. It comes with the 3D comic as well. So.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. 3D comic. That's awesome. All right. That's the featured perk is, what does your featured perk look different? Did they change the graphics on Indiegogo or something?
No, I don't know. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
That looks different than it did before. I think they changed it.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. So
Yeah.
the featured perk, that's the quadriptych that Mike and I did. If you scroll down a little bit, Rini, then you'll see a better version of it.
Here?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I wish I could show that big. There's just no way to do it. But it looks terrific. And I drew it and inked it, and Mike colored it. And then I did a little bit for sort of the finishing effects, but Mike did 99% of the colors. And that is issues 0 through 3. So you can get that just by itself if you want. That again will also be hollow foil. It'll have kick-ass back covers too, which I haven't revealed yet. But you can get just that, or you can get the basic issues 0 through 3 with the traditional covers for I think maybe $5 less. Maybe it's the same amount, but it's marginal.
All right. Fantastic. And then the issue 0 plus oversized sticker.
Oh yeah, I offered issue 0 by itself because I figured there would be people who might just want to sort of dip their toe in the water and be like, oh, let me just see if I like it. It's also not integral to the rest of the storyline. So I was like, there might be people who want that. So it says, was that 14 claimed? I think we had more on the back end. But yeah, if you just like, oh, let me just see what it's about. It's not a bad price of admission just to check it out.
Cool. And 20, that's a pretty good price. 30K special. Oh, this is a stretch goal. The Preston Acevedo poster. Oh, it's 11 by 17. It's big.
Yeah, it is, and it's mailed flat. So there's only going to be 20 of those. We've sold about half, and I have it.
That's a good idea. So I got so annoyed with shipping. I made like big posters for Fiendish 1, and I got so annoyed of shipping them in tubes, and because they were huge early movie posters. I'm like, I'm just gonna have everything fit in a Gemini. But if you limit the amount sold, then that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So this was the cover. This is what won the art contest. This is the one that Preston did. And so it'll look just this size, except it'll have like a iridescent kind of hollow foil kind of sheen to it. So those will go out when we mail everything. And the shipping is not combined because I have to ship it flat. So if you're wondering like, oh, why can't I add this to anything? It's because of the way we have to mail it out.
All right. 9 out of 20. So this is limited, and you want to get in on this. Get in on it. And the 3D issue, number 1.
Yeah, you can go get that.
Are you going to have 3D versions for all the books?
I don't think so. I mean, if this thing sold 400 copies, I'd consider it. But I think it sold, 10 there, maybe another 10 on the back end. And I sold maybe 20 through, what do you call it? Like, email, like the secret tiers. But for the most part, yeah, unless we sold 1 million of them. But that's why I just wanted to do the first one, see if, for people who are interested. And maybe it does well on a second chance campaign. But yeah, if you guys want to see issues 2 and 3, I would need to sell a lot of issue 1.
All right. And then black and white volume. All right.
Yeah, it's just the issue in black and white. Later on in the campaign, at the bottom, you can see what some of the pages look like in black and white. It is a different kind of feel to it. But it, I had posted them and people were interested. So I was like, you know what? I can easily make a black and white of this.
Oh, cool. You have a little like duotone or a little
hesitant kind of.
Yeah, nice. I think it's cool to see when people do black and white or grayscale editions of their books. It's because like the American market, just people want color books more, but I think with some art styles, especially if you do really good inks, maybe this is just my bias as an artist, but I really like seeing just the inks, and it's cool to see when people do that, or just black and white. I don't know, because I grew up with manga and I appreciate American comics and European comics with the colors, but like it's different, and it's like you see the story in a different light without colors.
It totally is a different feel to it, especially with the way the light, I backlight a lot of things, or I have a kind of glow to it, and if you do a sort of zipatone gray texture to things, you could almost sense the color without it actually being there. So it's definitely a nice kind of feel.
All right. Oh, Sargagon. Sargagon says you're trying to damage his new eye with 3D. Congrats on the new eyeball. He had eye surgery. So
they congrats. Do eye
implants? I don't know if it's like a whole transplant, but he had some kind of eye surgery. So I'm glad everything turned out okay. I'm very happy for you. And don't, if it's going to mess up your eye, then your new bionic eye. In my mind, you just have like a Terminator eye now. Then don't get the 3D version, but you should get the other versions. Yeah, get the black and white version.
Yeah, beautiful. That's true.
It'll be perfect for, easy on the eyes. Look at that. That's nice. I like how it looks with just the inks and the shading.
Yeah, it has a cool, I'm able to do stuff like I was trying to stay 100% traditional and be like, all right, this is ink and zipatone. And then I was like, yeah, but this is 2020 something. Like I can do some airbrush effects. I can do some particle effects. Like let's try to take black and white to the next level instead of just falling back on stuff we've seen before. So it's definitely makes it more interesting, I think.
I agree. Let's see. Scrolling all over the place. You have a lot of tiers. Are you doing add-ons at all?
Oh, there's a lot of add-ons. You can get the Hail Salad issue 1 as an add-on. You can get most of the stuff you see here as an add-on. You can get these here. These are the Mike and Camel standees. They are the last 2 standees being offered in the Hail Salad set. And I'm pretty sure that you can still get them as add-ons, but you can't get them individually anymore. You can get them in the lunchbox. If you're like, oh, I want to get the lunchbox. And if you're interested in the lunchbox, get it soon because we're going to be wrapping that tier up soon because I'm going to be mailing those out in a couple of months.
All right. So you're basically offering all the leftover stuff from your previous campaign here as well.
No, there's nothing left over. Those 2 standees are new to this campaign. In the previous campaign, there were 18 standees, but the ones I just showed were not available.
All right. Interesting. But you have a lot of... I thought you were doing the thing where you don't do add-ons because fulfillment is a huge pain if you have too many add-ons, and I'm learning that, and I'm thoroughly regretting how I set up my campaign. But anyways, it's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, what I learned from the last one is that I had add-ons that were contradictory to the size of the initial item being purchased. So it was like if you wanted to buy a t-shirt and then you would get a free print. Well, mailing a t-shirt in a print sucks. So I really kind of streamlined that so that if you want a t-shirt, it's only coming in a lunchbox because I can mail the t-shirt in the lunchbox.
That makes sense.
And and so like that, and like if you got the shoebox tier, well, that's made specifically to hold 15 comics or whatever it is. And so those are all going to be packed to the brim when those go out. So I don't have to worry about like some people like on the Hail Salad campaign, I had to send them 2 or 3 boxes because they got so much stuff. So I kind of wanted to avoid that this time.
Yeah, you definitely learn a few tricks too, or things to avoid once you've done a couple of campaigns. But you definitely have to think about shipping. It's just one of those logistics things. We're not just like creating, we're like promoting or creating, and then you're like doing spreadsheets and logistics and other crazy stuff that artists aren't meant to do because, you know, that's not how.
Well, my wife did a lot of it. Like she would write
Yeah.
she would have these whole, you know, spreadsheets. Like this person gets this, and this person is from this country, and you know, we'd have to wait and mail all of this country together and all of this other country together to make sure that we could, you know, follow the tracking numbers and all that. So yeah, it's, you know, it's that classic situation of you don't know what you don't know, and I'm hoping that fulfillment on this campaign will be a lot more streamlined than the last one.
Mm-hmm. I definitely understand that. And then you have the holographic standee. We took a look at that, and you can get all 4 issues 0 to 3. So just the 4 issues is just a story for $75. So
yeah, that was, it says featured tier because it was the initial featured tier, and Indiegogo doesn't let you change your thumbnail out for whatever reason. So,
yeah.
but it's just basic issues 0 through 3.
All right. Oh, love the beard. Is FY shipping goes up in July? Ah, great.
Yeah, I mean, you have to account for that. It's just always going to happen. It went up right before we shipped Hail Salad too. It's like it just keeps moving.
It's so fucking painful. It just went up like a year ago. It's like every
year
it's going up now. It's I have no words. I hate it. It's annoying. All right, anyways, it is what it is.
I know.
For 90, that is the Camel Knight shirt and lunchbox. So is this all this stuff in the lunchbox? Like you've got
yeah, it's a good deal. So you get a little like metal, you know, what do you call it? Metallic printed thermos that comes in the lunchbox, and you get the t-shirt, and you get a double-sided poster. Mm-hmm. And you get that cool Camel card, the Camel Club card, that'll have a it's like, you know, credit card quality, and that'll have a what do you call it on the back? What's that fancy square barcode? I can't remember what it's called.
The QR code?
QR code. Thank you. Yeah. It'll have one of those that'll bring you to a site where you can get stuff, you know, either cheaper or new or whatever. I haven't really decided yet, but it'll be unique to whoever has that card.
That's a good idea. Very nice. That's for 90. And this is like the merch tier, right?
Yeah. And then the 121 is literally the same, except it comes with the 2 standees of me and Mike. And it also comes with a holographic gay sax sticker.
All right. I notice you have a lot of slogan stickers. They're very
well, you know, everyone needs some gay sax, you
know. Yeah.
There it is.
Of course. Who doesn't need that? A platinum edition plus an ink sketch. All right. There's only one left.
There's one left. There were 19. So this is the last one. It's all 4 issues of the basic version, but they have a special hollow foil silver logo. And there's only going to be 20 printed, and it comes with actually I think there were 15 that were in the tier, and the other 5 I distributed to art tiers. And it also comes, it's the cheapest way if you want to get an original piece of art. So it'll be the size of the comic with a 10 by 6.5, whatever that size is, and I'll draw, you know, boots and heels, and I'll slide it in the back for you. Anyone who got the head sketch for Hail Salad knows what that'll look like, because I did the same thing with all the Ethan sketches. So that is, I've been trying to get rid of that one for a while, because it'd be great if it said 14 of 15 sold, but it says only 1 left. I don't like that as much.
I know. I thought Indiegogo just changed their layout.
I know.
But it used
I don't know
to
why
say,
they did that.
Out of how many were sold before, that I think that looks better for sales.
It totally does. Yeah, because then you're like, oh, this many people liked this thing.
Yeah.
And now it just says 1 left. It could be 1 of 1. I mean, you don't know.
I know. Indiegogo, what is you doing? What is you doing? Pedro said it'll take you to a site where you can fill out your tax forms. Oh no, don't give him ideas.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It just takes it. It's just a QR code at least his PayPal.
I like that.
Oh, it's terrible. The shoebox collection for $250. This is like the big mega thing at the top,
Yeah, it's
right?
the super box.
Awesome. I gotta do a boxy box thing. I really want to because I have a subscription tier for my campaign right now, but I didn't want to promise a box because I didn't know if I could do it. But apparently it's not
we can
too
talk
hard.
about it after the show. Like I have a couple of sites that I've checked out, but I know which one I'm going with. So yeah, it's really a cool it's easy. Like you upload what you want and it goes to, like this is your left, this is your right side, this is your interior, and it prices it out based off of the color. You can make a custom size, which is awesome. So you're like, I want to make it, the comic size, but I want to make it 4 inches thick so I can get just as many comics in there as I want. So it's pretty good.
That's awesome. Have you tried this before? Did you have a box for your last campaign?
No, I didn't. I know someone who did do it, and I've seen the box, and it looks great. So,
okay, awesome.
I'm confident. Yeah,
I might have a box, and we'll talk later. Yeah. Wait. Wolfer says I'm getting skinny. I'm trying. Thank you. I don't think I actually look skinnier, but thanks for validating me because I'm trying to lose weight.
You are skinny though, right? I mean, I never thought of you as.
Not really. Well, I'm not fat, but I'm not like.
Wow.
Yeah, like rail thin.
I always thought you were.
Blah beauty standards. No, not really. Not really.
All right.
I'm gigantic, and below my chest, I'm just like
sitting on a beanbag.
Yeah. It's just I have like elephant legs. Oh, that would be so weird.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to get healthy though.
Yeah.
It's
just good.
Yeah. Healthy, but also. Laja says Irene is chubby.
I don't see it at all, but if you say so.
Depends. I'm Asian chubby. There you go. And I want to be I want to be less Asian chubby. But that's the thing. I grew up in Asia, not to go off on a tangent, but everybody there is like all the women are 90 pounds. And if you're over 90 pounds, they call you fat. So maybe I'm a little sensitive.
Oh yeah, we showed something like that on one of the episodes of Camel Nights. It was like in China, if you're not a certain, if you were over 30, they said that you were like a damaged peach or something like that. And like,
there's different terms in different countries. So in Japan, if you're over 25, they call you Christmas cake. And so because there's lore to this because in Japan, there's a tradition to eat cake. And fried chicken on Christmas night.
Really?
But after the joke is after the 25th, nobody wants Christmas cakes anymore. It's not Christmas anymore. Yeah, but in China, you have like I think they call it leftover women or something. So I'm both of those things. So I guess I would.
But in the States, it's okay. Like people don't get married till they're 40 in the States, but
in the States it's different. But in Asia, they're still like I don't know. You have to get married at I think Christmas 28 cake is traditional in Chinese culture. Not so much anymore, but it's generally like you must be a failure. There's something wrong with you. You're married. Yeah. Anyways, cultural differences. But I'm a rebel. Sure. I'm a rebel. KFC engineered a tradition. Yeah. In America, we always want cake. That's true. That's true. That's not good though. We should be healthy. Our original cover art. Ooh. All right.
Yeah, we sold one of them. 2 of them. We sold a couple. We sold the. Where is it here? Got so many of them.
Now it says how many out of 0 out of 1. What is up with you?
This. This was the Preston Azevedo sketch. I think Nolan actually bought this. So I'll be mailing this to him when, I mail all that stuff out. And then we sold some of the covers. Let's see what we got here for covers.
So he did the sketch. Is that the original piece?
That was,
original art?
The way he does it is he does a high-end sketch, but then he does the painting separately. That's almost like a facsimile or something after the fact.
Yeah, I was wondering if he prints out the pencils or he does digital painting. It didn't look like digital painting though. It looks
No, it's a real painting.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So then for the other tiers, for the $1,100 one, is the actual issue 0. It's kind of hard to see, because it's in black and white. But this was issue 0's cover, and it's the X-Thems and the comic skaters fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And for the $1,200 tier, it was the picture of Boots and Heels in space with the Claude agent in front of him.
Cool. I wish my full screen was. Well, I put that.
Yeah, like actually bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it. Why did I do that? Well, anyways.
It's okay.
No, not that.
Oh.
Damn it. What am I doing? I'm a professional.
They all come with copies of the comic. They all come with issues 0 through 3. And it's the special edition version with the silver foil font. And those are all signed or whatever. So
okay.
Yeah, so if you buy original art, you're gonna get copies of the comic. You don't have to worry about adding that on.
Fantastic. All right. For $1,100, the original art and Boots and Heels 0 to 3, 4 comics, and a bunch of other stuff. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then for $1,200, original art cover 1 with the 3D cover and the same additional stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, and then okay, I wasn't expecting that, but
yeah, it's a great deal. $10,000.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I can go get my own golf cart. I don't need to buy it from your campaign. Well, this is the best part. You're not buying yourself a golf cart. You're buying me a golf cart. Because I live in a very ritzy neighborhood now, and you need a golf cart to get around. So this is why I put this. It's a gold tier. It's for our high rollers who really, really care about me. Clearly, no one does yet.
You're diehard simp fans that want to buy you a golf cart. I mean,
0 out of 1 claimed, So
wow. Do golf carts even cost $10,000? It sounds like.
Rini, you don't even know. I've gone shopping with my wife. We went into one place and we almost did a 180 because we were like, oh, hi, we're looking at the golf carts. And they're like, well, on your left, these are like the $12,000 ones. But if you want to spend some money on the other end, there's $22,000. I'm like,
what the shit?
Might as well buy a fucking car.
A fucking golf cart? You can get an electric scooter for like a couple of grand. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so we might have to get a used. Well, clearly we're not getting anything until we sell the tier. But
why do you want a golf cart? You can get
because here's the thing: in Florida, you need a golf cart. It's like everyone has them. It's how you get to the grocery store. It's how you get your mail. It's like these communities where everyone has a golf cart. It's like a car.
Like a boat or with like a sand boat be a better investment if you live in Florida?
Because like the houses are like too. You might know someone down the neighborhood. You don't want to drive there because that's kind of a waste, But it's like, well, it's too far to walk too. So, you get in the golf cart. I'm telling you, everyone has a golf cart. It's kind of crazy, actually.
I can't my brain.
What Soul says $10,000 on a golf cart is a first world problem. Yeah, it's my problem.
I think it just broke my brain. I'm like, there's no in between a car and just walking for Americans.
Yeah, no, we need. Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll get scooters to get to the golf carts, to get to the parking lot, to get the car. But
have you heard of a bike, America? You know what bicycles are. Alex, we have the same comment. I know.
Look, I'm not going to bring groceries home on the bike. You put it in the back.
Yes, you can.
You pull down the seat.
I've done it. Okay.
and it's good. Because it has a little drink holder, so you could bring whatever you're drinking with you. It's convenient.
Oh boy. I could build a work shed for that. I want to build this like nice insulated work shed out on my property, and that's $10,000. That's about what I'll need. So, well, I'm not a high roller like you, Camel.
I'm not a high roller yet.
I don't know. I don't know that life. I don't know
When
that
someone
life.
buys me the golf cart, I'll be like officially high roller. Until then, I'm just another plebe like the rest of them.
You never know. Maybe somebody is just a huge fan of yours. So never say never.
Well, I've been waiting. It's been months.
Come
waiting for that
on,
big fan to get their shit together.
You guys want to make Camel happy, is it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can afford that. You guys are rich,
Come
right?
on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, these are sold. These are all sold out. Oh, you guys missed out on that. All right.
Yeah.
All
But yeah, we got one of those was the $1,700. That was for like the double cover, so that we got rid of that for day one. So that was cool.
Oh, amazing! Wow. Yeah. High rollers. Well, maybe that same person can get you a golf cart because why not? It's only a few more $1,000s. It's nothing, right?
Well, maybe if I had 5 tiers at $2,000, so people could all work together to get the golf cart. That might be something.
That's true. You just split it up so it's more.
Yeah. I think
a
that
little
would be
more.
fair.
Yeah, we are in a recession. Despite what certain people say.
I can't spend 10 G's. 2.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You gotta be considerate of your audience. We're not 10. People ride bikes all the time in like Japan and Asia. It's not like only kids do that.
That's because they can't afford golf carts, though.
Japan? I don't think that's an issue.
I think I gotta go with something.
You need to just learn to ride an alligator. Yeah, Chris Place is right. You're in Florida. That's the real mode of transportation. Ride alligators, or you guys have like dinosaurs, right? Just trap a dinosaur. Be like fucking Dinotopia.
Dinotopia? What is that, a movie?
Oh my gosh. You don't know Dinotopia?
No, I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Well, it's a book. It's I have it right here. It's an illustrated book that it's for children, but also not, because it's illustrated by James Gurney, and he's a National Geographic painter. He paints a lot of reconstructions of dinosaurs, and he uses oil paints, and it's really realistic looking. And he did this whole book series that's like a picture storybook, and it's told from the perspective of like 19th century sailor who got stranded in a hidden island with his son, and on the island humans and dinosaurs cohabit. Dinosaurs still exist, and it's just about exploring the island and living with dinosaurs. And I really like dinosaurs. I love that book. Hold on, let me show. This is the total derailment, but I have to show this because I can't believe you've never seen this. Let me just show you the cover. Look, this is what it looks like.
Oh yeah, I think I know this. I think I know Zootopia, but okay.
No.
No, yeah. I think I've seen this. It looks somewhat familiar. It looks.
Awesome.
I mean, that is some. That
must have taken
forever.
The whole book looks like this. The whole entire.
It'd take him a lifetime to make that.
He has like 4 of these, dude. It's amazing. Yeah, like the interiors are like, humans riding dinosaurs and stuff like that. So.
Oh, is it like it looks like a textbook or something?
And it's like a storybook. It's the context is kind of like it's the main character's journal as he's exploring this land. Oh, and he made a language as well that dinosaurs can write with their paws. Guess where I got the idea and the obsession with world building from?
How is it not a movie?
I don't know. Because
is there like a story, or is it just 4 books of lore?
It's kind of lore. There's like a very light story. They encounter, like, they get attacked by T-Rexes. They have to explore some ruins. But the story is light. It's a lot more just like world building and fun exploration and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But look, language. It's a dinosaur language. Okay, all right, I'm getting derailed.
No, it's interesting how many people are very genuinely interested, but also only want to make lore. Like, there's no stories. Like, I remember there was a YouTube video I was watching, and it was about, like, so you want to make your own Game of Thrones, but you don't have a story. And it was like, essentially, it was just, you want to write the characters and you want to build the world. It's almost like developing a video game without any gameplay. But I mean, it's cool. I mean, I get it. I just it's a different type of creative muscle to flex.
Yeah, I don't think Dinotopia would really work as a movie, or I mean, honestly, it could because
maybe a TV series.
Yeah, it would work as a TV series because it's more it's slow, exploratory, and the stuff does happen. Like his son grows up, and it's kind of like there's definitely character development there. But
I mean,
you know,
if they found a writer to attach themselves to it that used Dinotopia as the setting and backdrop, and then implemented a story that hadn't been told, and then I could see that working.
Well, with the way Hollywood is now, I don't want them touching anything that I like. So
let's get out of here with that.
Yeah, let's wait like 10 years. Yeah. All right. Let's see. In the past, we looked at the black and white pages, the original art. These are sold and sold. All right. Own originals.
Oh, those are the platinum editions. Yeah, it's the 4 covers with the platinum font. That's if you get the platinum edition of the book, then that's what you get.
All right. I think this is a really well-structured campaign. You thought about how to there's a lot of stuff, but you present it really well. You thought about how to best ship things, but everything's also really clear for the backers. Like you have the perks on the side, but also in the campaign story. I really like it. Well done. And stretch goals.
Yeah.
All right. So
at 20K, you get a print. I haven't released the print yet. I still got to make it, but I'll show it eventually. That 30K, anyone who spent over $100 on the campaign gets the triptych hollow foil trading card set, like just a little bit below you there, Rini. If you scroll down.
Oh,
yeah,
there we go. All right.
Those were made by Peter Orchard. He submitted to the art contest, but I was like, I can't print, a triptych in the book. It's not going to look right unless I did, there's really no way to do it. So I asked him, I was like, would you want to do trading cards? And he said, sure. I was like, okay, great. So yeah, if you get $100, you get all 3 of these trading cards for free. It's 1 set per backer, not per $100. So I want people to be confused. And that's essentially how I keep them exclusive, so that, I don't have a whole bunch of them floating around out there. But those are going to be coming out. I'll ship those. If you get the $250 shoebox set, you'll get that as well.
All right. Nice. But wait, there's more. Whoa! And here's all the merch.
Yeah, that's all the merch. So if you want to get that, if you're like really jonesing for some gay sacks, there it is.
All right, you want it. You want you want all the Club Camel merch and the gay sacks. Get it
I'll
now.
probably add Phil Diaz to the T-shirt. Because he's on the show now. I won't be adding Rob because I don't want to.
Oh, Rob is spurned.
Or Rob.
Poor Rob. Poor Rob. You can just say, well, the kangaroo can be either Rob or Bankroll.
Well, Rob in Hail Salad is a baby with a football head.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know where I'd put him. I guess I could get rid of my head twice, but I don't want to do that. So.
All right. Well, awesome. The Camel Moon seal of quality. All right. Volunteers will be 70-pound glossy. That is a good thickness. Very nice. The Ivory Tower standard. Oh, all right. So much branding. Very, very, very professional. I like it.
Yeah, branding is good. Everyone knows, like if anyone who got the Hail Salad, they know when it came in the mail, there was a big foil Camel Moon logo plastered right on it. And people know what your product is. They know, the quality of your product and your brand. And a lot of people pay lots and lots of money to get that out there. But it's easy to do as long as you maintain consistency. That's why all my channels have the same logo and, all my books have the same logos, et cetera, et cetera.
That's true. Branding is important. And it's just, how do I put it? Yeah, I remember when I was going to conventions and when I was working on Marvel stuff, like my table was just all the stuff that didn't match what was actually in my portfolio. It was really weird because they were putting me on just like YA books, and it was strange because when your branding isn't unified, it's partially it's good business and it makes things clear for the customers, but also at the same time, it's sort of people can tell when it's authentic and when it's like, well, you're just doing. You're forcing some branding, or this is just you expressing yourself creatively, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense, especially with what we're doing.
I think, that's a good way to put it, because if you have, I've seen stuff where it's like, the book looks good, but if you don't have that branding, it almost still comes off like you're making it out of your basement. And a simple logo that is consistent across all of your products, it reinforces the what's the word I'm looking for? Just the confidence that people have that you have your shit together, I think.
That's true. Certainly. That's why I've been telling everybody, get your own website, especially for people who have ongoing comic series. I mean, if you have your own publishing imprint, which all of us in CG do, we all have our own LLCs, or if you should have your own LLC, and you should have that as a website and have a web store aside from the Indiegogo and the crowdfunding stuff as either a backup or as just a center for collecting all the information that you can point people to, and it just looks more professional. But for more long form series, I've had one for Fiendish forever, just because with the kind of book I'm doing with all like the extra information, I needed a website. But it looks more professional, and I think it really makes a difference when you have that on your Twitter profile and when people can go there for more information. Because I think that matters to new customers who don't necessarily watch us on YouTube or don't know of our past campaigns. When they see the professional polish, it makes a difference because they understand that, well, we're not fucking around.
Sure.
Essentially.
Yeah, because if they think that you're taking it seriously, then they know that their money's hopefully in good hands, and that okay, because the unfortunate truth of crowdfunding is it's not an instant turnaround. Even if it is, it's not. Like, it's still going to take like a month or two to get that thing out there. So if it's like, oh, okay, this looks like a legitimate company, and you can, that's the nice thing about Indiegogo, you can go and check like previous campaigns, make sure that they fulfilled, and see what the quality of the product was at that point. Then it just instills more confidence, I think, in the creator itself.
That's true. So be professional. This is the only way we will win. This is the only way we will be competition for the mainstream, is by being as polished as possible. And I know there's a learning curve, but we can do it. Somebody said, Brains yourself says, buy the gold card, then refund it. Oh my word. That's all be horrible.
That would be terrible. As long as they don't refund it in like 2 weeks. I don't know what it is, like, because now I've gotten the main amount of money from Indiegogo, because the campaign, like, I haven't closed it. We actually didn't even have a closeout, but I got the initial funds. But I don't know like what the turnaround time is now if you want to return something, because usually it's up until the campaign ends officially. But now I don't know if it's like a week or 2 weeks or what it turns into after the fact.
Yeah, I don't know on the back end. I just know they kind of have the transaction processed for several weeks, and it's arbitrary. It's however long Indiegogo processes it. After a certain while, then some backer will tell me, hey, I want to refund. I can't change it anymore. I'm like, okay,
it's annoying.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it should be until you take the campaign down, but what do I know? It's weird. All right, let me catch up on some super chats. I did not miss them, guys. I just didn't want to interrupt the flow of conversation. Aldion, that was earlier. That was earlier chat that I started. Is there going to be an El Pimpo Maximo comic? I guess that's a question for you.
Oh, El Pimpo Maximo was a movie I made that we watched on my show. It's a 70s exploitation movie where I played a pimp, and the whole thing was he's a pimp, and he has a rival pimp, and the rival pimp knows El Pimpo's secret, which is he's a virgin pimp, and he plans on letting all of his hookers know, your pimp's a virgin, to ruin his reputation and drive him out of the industry. Would I make a comic for that? Probably not, but I could see him being like a character that might show up in a background scene in something at some point.
All right. There you go. That was from forever ago,
but there might be a Platooth comic if you're interested. So,
what?
I did another movie called Platooth, where the Tooth Fairy gets drafted to Vietnam, and I've considered making a Platooth comic for a couple of years now.
There's just such crazy ideas, but I love it. It's so random. You should definitely do those. I look forward to seeing them. Hossman Socrates for another 5. Thank you, Hossman. It's a Call of Duty World at War reference. A Risky calls it as you invade Berlin. That's the taxes thing. No. From the other chat. Yeah, from forever ago. Okay. I don't get references again. So oops. Hossman Socrates for 5. Thank you again. Camel calling his Super Jazz taxes is a reference to Disney traditionally animated film Robin Hood. Got the holofoil standee. Oh, thanks.
Oh.
I appreciate you trying to explain references to me. But you don't have to continue doing that because it would just never end. Because I will never
be here till 4 a.m.
Yeah, I will be here forever because it's, again, I don't get shit. I haven't seen like half of the American movies most people our age have seen. Yep. There you go. Hey, what's up? It's Adam. Yo.
Hello.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello, Mike Kalicha. What's up? Aha. I think I got all the super chats. Did I? I hope I did. Let me know if I didn't. Let me know. I've been trying to be good, but maybe I was bad. Okay. Let's see. Let's refresh and see if we got any more backers. So we have 32,000 even. Woo! 420! 420! Oh, it's awesome! Yay!
That's $530. Wow, I should have come on this show months ago. Wow, thank you guys. That is awesome.
You guys
that's
awesome.
Crazy.
Wait, I'll play. I have a celebration now. I'll play it there.
That's great. Wow. All right, yo. Oh, now I'm back.
All right, so we're done. Bye.
Just really glad I didn't leave after we hit 32. Now we just have to hit 33 tonight, and then.
Yeah, the goal was 35, everybody. So
I know.
Chop, come on. No, that's awesome. Congrats. It's a really good looking campaign, so well deserved. Beautiful art. I think you've got a really strong brand of your own quirky humor. This sort of like 80s cartooning style. It's very unique, and it's a really well put together campaign.
Oh,
so
thanks.
I think, let's see. You're on November 14th. Okay, I was gonna ask where you are in the campaign.
Oh, that thing's all so. All right, there's like a kind of a backstory here. We had 60 days set up, and then I hit Indiegogo up, and I was like, I'd rather do 30 and 30, and mostly because I was like, that 30 days in the middle is actually good because it reminds people that it's going to end soon, and then you kind of get that extra bump and et cetera, et cetera. So they're like, okay, that's fine. Just let us know, and then we'll add the other 30 on after the fact. So I let them know, and they were like, oh no, we don't do that. And I was like, I'm literally doing exactly what you told me to do.
Oh.
And they said, well, no, you should have told us yesterday. And I was like, well, what does it make a difference? Just go back and change it. And they said, well, we don't do that. I said, I know for a fact you do that because that happened with the Hail Salad campaign. And I ended it by accident then. This wasn't even by accident. And you guys added 30 days to it. And they were like, no, it doesn't work like that. I probably went back and forth with them for 2 weeks. Eventually went up the ladder twice to 2 different people. And they were just like, one of them straight up lied. He was just like, we don't have the ability to do that. I was like, you're actually full of shit. You're lying to my face. So we've never had an official closeout. But I'm going to I don't know exactly how we're going to do it. I'm going to see if Kelsey will close me out, because at some point we are going to need to wrap this thing up, and I'll probably get rid of all of the tiers with the exception of the quadriptych that Mike and I did. It's always good to have something running just in case people want it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we're ready to start delivering this thing in a couple of months, maybe. Well, I'll probably close it before we're ready to deliver officially. But yeah, like we'll have to have like some type of pageantry or something where we just say it's the closeout and then officially close it out.
Yeah, I think it depends. I think there's very few people, but some people kind of just keep their campaigns up forever and use it as a store. I mean, you can do that if you want, but
yeah, but it is good to be like, look, it's ending now, and it's good for purchase ordering because I have to order stuff to make sure I get it on time.
Yeah,
so it's like, like I can't keep the store open indefinitely. I can keep 1 or 2 tiers open indefinitely because I can wait to the last second to pull the trigger on that print. But like for some of the other stuff, eventually at some time I have to wrap it up.
Yeah, you have to go to production sooner or later. So that makes it. Man, Indiegogo's just been fucking weird. Besides from all the issues we kind of know. I mean, I'm surprised at least you got a reply, even though the reply was sheer fuckery. Like, I know they changed. I think they changed ownership and they've been shuffling their teams around. The guy that used to be in charge of the comics division, more or less, his name was like Joel or something. He was really cool, really great to work with. Like, he reached out to me.
Always got back to you.
Of his own volition, he always got back to me. And then sometime during the middle of last year, he left. They had this new team that, I emailed him asking something. He's like, "Oh, we had this new team." So I'm like, and I emailed the team. Nobody got back to me. And other people emailed the team. They didn't get back to them. Like the shadow banning, somebody didn't get back to them. And then they lied and pulled some fuckery with a bunch of other people, and now including you. It's just a total clusterfuck. And I really liked the platform before they had all these fucking customer service issues, but right now their customer service is like, the
customer service sucks. What's unfortunate is that I truly like about 95% of the software, whatever. It's like
the interface. Yeah, I really like the interface.
Really good.
Yeah, and I think for customers it's really good, but for us as creators, there's a lot of headaches.
It's really there's a lot of stuff that there's things they could fix. Like, it would be nice to go in there and change the thumbnail if I needed to. So without having to build a whole new tier, or being able to list 14 out of 15 sold instead of 1 left. Like, there's like little things that I don't really like too much, but. And that was
a few things, but
that was one thing that they did get back on. And then eventually I got shadow banned, and I hit them up, and I still haven't heard back from them. I mean,
they're just weird. I don't think they're ever gonna fix that. But well, that's the only thing we can do about that is like promote on our own, promote here and stuff. But it sucks. It sucks. So there's only so much we can do. Someday we'll find I don't know. I don't really know what avenue we're going to take or what's going to happen with CG. And I think people are doing fine just pushing through the shadow ban and promoting, because I think most of our traffic is from YouTube anyways. So it's not really that big of a deal. It's just inconvenient for backers. So I like what like Shane, for example, is doing, making your own website. Again, that's another reason to make your own website. It looks professional, but also if you show up on Google searches, then you get around the shadow ban, because that's the worst part of the shadow ban. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, we can work around it. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass right now. But we will persevere, everybody.
Yeah, it's one of those things too where there's a lot of options. Like, Mike built his own site, but now he's going to launch on Kickstarter next month. And or you have like the Crowd My Comic. Fund My Comic. Crowd My Comic is a little different. There's and then then you have people staying here, and then you have other people like Shane building their own sites. So I don't really, Mandy built her own site as well. I don't know what the right response is just yet, because I think certain customers like going through a third party because they know that there's some type of, like, I don't know, measurement taking place that your information is safe, which I totally get, right? You don't want to be just like throwing your credit card number into the wind. But, you know, at the same time, you want the creators themselves to hopefully not get screwed. So I don't know if there's a great answer right now, but maybe we'll find one in the coming months or a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what's actually going on, but frankly, I don't even care. I just I don't if they're going to not get back to us, if they're going to treat us like this, that's, I mean, it's not fine, but fine, you know what I mean? But the least they can do is not take the fee that we're paying them.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing, right? If you're going to run a company, run a company. If you're going to charge me a service to, you know, host my product, then host the product to the best of your ability. You know, otherwise, what are you doing? You're stealing my money.
Yeah, pretty much. It's very annoying, but I like the idea of everybody spreading out and using different platforms, and maybe just, I think right now it seems like Indiegogo is still sort of the center for most CG campaigns, and that's good, especially because, like you said, with like the having a trusted platform to process customer payments, that's really important, and that's what's hard to do with independent websites. Not to mention the whole crowdfunding functionality that's much harder than you would think and much more expensive than you would think to build. But and I know Bankrupt did it with Shopify, so that's pretty cool. I'm thinking of trying that out. But that stuff it's complicated, but I think just for promotional purposes, especially for smaller campaigns, we need a sort of centralized space. And so I think that's still Indiegogo, but it's nice that people are branching out, like going to Kickstarter and going to Fund My Comic. It's just cool to have options because that creates competition, and the customer gets to vote with their money and gets to tell us what they prefer in the end, is what I'm saying. And I think that's the way we'll figure out what to do next, by listening to what the customers like across these different platforms.
Right. So yeah, if, you know, someone decided tomorrow to make their own website, I wonder if it's like based more off of how well they're known and liked in the community. Like if like Ripa made $3.5 million, but people really knew who he was. But if he went off and if he was on Indiegogo, would have he made $3.5 million, or did he make $3.5 million because he was really sticking it to the man and doing it himself? Like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that was really impressive because a large YouTube following doesn't always translate into sales, especially for a crowdfunded comic. But he pulled it off. But I think he's sort of been telling people he's going to do this for a really long time. So he's been like fostering that audience. That's the important part. And yeah, like his model is obviously completely different. I would love to have what he had established before I launched my campaign. But you know, it's sort of, we're all trying to get to the same goal, but approaching it from different aspects, because it's like there is no one way to succeed right now in crowdfunding and in outside of the mainstream and self-publishing. It's sort of everybody's story is different and everybody's technique and audience is different. So it's just whatever works for you. But I like that. I compare comics right now to the music industry. You have like the large record labels that are, you know, they have all kinds of like weird scandals, and they have like casting couches, and they're all disgusting, and they're, you know, like cookie cutter pop music. But then you have the actual good music that are people playing music out of their garage and publishing on the internet. If that makes sense. I don't know. I think it's...
Are there casting couches in Comicsgate that I haven't heard of yet?
No, in mainstream comics.
Oh, are there?
So those are... I don't know, but they probably are. Okay, so they're in a... not... Allegedly. Not saying who, allegedly. But for comics and animation is basically like Hollywood, but with uglier people and less money. That's the way I like to think about it. It's
like politics.
It's all, I mean, it's
politics are.
Yeah, but like sort of Hollywood is just like, it's all degeneracy, and you know how Hollywood is. It's all kind of weird, like disgusting shit, and a bunch of egotistical narcissists pulling all kinds of like fuckery. And that, do you know the all the scandals and stuff in animation, right? Or no?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right. This is too much of a long conversation.
No, I want to know now.
It's, oh, you don't know. That's so, okay. Maybe it's just TV animation, or so I worked in cartoon animation and TV animation, and from the studios I worked in, and from what I've seen, there's and again, not naming names, so don't sue me. But hello, hi Ethan, hi.
He says Camel Moon.
It's Camel Moon. Hey.
Hello, sir.
So let's see. Okay, how can I sum this up quickly? I talked about this on my channel before, but so in animation, it's allegedly, not saying which studio. So again, because these studios that I've heard this about have been known to be really sensitive about this shit, but there's definitely casting couches and stuff, and like weird sex scandals, and there was like one animation studio where everybody had the same, bedroom disease going around the entire studio because everybody was sleeping with each other. And
oh, really?
I've heard that from multiple sources, and it seems to be true. And not every animation studio. I think Titmouse is actually one of the more professional ones. But yeah, there's a lot of weird, gross stuff in animation. And you hear all kinds of rumors. And from my experience working in animation, it was like you had sort of the old boys club in the truest sense of people who had no merit and they got in just because they were friends with the big bosses. And then you have like people with their own little harems, but at the same time you have like blue-haired mean girls going around canceling and me tooing people. And it was like this weird dichotomy of extremely toxic people, and nothing was about actual merit. And it's like I think it's hard to just keep your head down and actually get ahead, because there's also all kinds of stuff, because they at least in the places I work, they had a tendency to, if you're experienced but you're not in good with the bosses, you're not friends with the bosses, they'll fire you and just hire newer, like fresh out of college graduates, because they can pay them less and they don't care about your experience, and you didn't kiss ass. So basically you had to kiss ass to get by. And it's so anyways, there you go.
That's that. You know what though? I mean,
complete tangent, but
that's true of a lot of industries that are sort of artistic based and foster relationships with, young up and coming wannabe artists in any type of like almost glamour profession. Yeah, you're gonna have people willing to do shit just to get ahead.
Yeah.
So, and when I was in Manhattan, and I had a short stint in graphic design, and I mean, I would go some places. I worked at one place, but then before I got a job there, I was interviewing. Friends had gotten me interviews at like these big firms, and you'd go in there and they were like, you could just tell everyone was fucking,
Exactly.
You're like,
Exactly.
You're like, oh, wow. It's a sin bin. And, and especially when like, these are not real jobs. You're selling sugar water and you're making $150 a year. And it's like, you're taking 2-hour lunches and eating avocado toast. And like, this is a fucking daycare. This is not a job. And then everyone goes out after work and you go to the bar and then you go home together. And, you're a big family until one of you decides to go start your own graphic design firm. And then you're, the worst enemy. So, it doesn't surprise me.
Just like that. It's like very weird, like overblown teenagers. It's like they're 35. They're still acting like they're in college, basically.
Yeah, and a lot of them have never been in the real world outside of college because they've leveled up into, a job just like this, where it's like, they go from high school, they go to college, they get an internship, and then they're working, making way too much money, spending $4,000 a month on a closet in Manhattan. It's like, you know, it's none of them live in the real world. So
yeah, very, especially in urban centers. I think a lot of companies in general are just like that. But I have definitely worked in industries that are not like this, that are more professional. But there's also a lot nowadays. There's a lot of like the woke stuff seeping into that as well, and that's really annoying. But
I mean,
so
I think
I'm
the woke
glad
stuff
I'm here.
has almost always been there. It's just
Mm.
there was no way to label it at the time because like there was a conformity in thought. And it was very much like, oh, we all believe this, and you know, a lot of them are ultra liberals, and you know, it was diversity because they didn't want to come off racist, but it was like, yeah, but this is fake. Like, you don't really like these
Yeah.
people, you know? Like,
Well,
I don't buy any of this.
that's all corporate diversity initiatives because they don't actually give a shit. They just want to. They're just catering to all these millennials that are working here are
Yeah,
whining about this, so we want to make them happy. But then you have stupid companies like Twitter, how Twitter used to be, where it was adult daycare, and all the California tech companies, all those people who do TikTok showing, oh, this is my day at work, and they have like wine on tap, they have yoga rooms, and I'm like,
meditation rooms,
I've never worked
decompression
somewhere
rooms.
the fucking
They got
yoga
wine
room.
on tap. It's like, you know, yogurt coming out of some type of dispenser. We would show that on Camel Nights every time it'd come up. It's just like, it's insane. And then, I mean, the best part for me is when they all got fired. They're like, I don't know what to do now. I was like, well, it's okay. You didn't do anything anyway.
Well, guess what happens when you cater to crazy people and spoiled, overblown babies and also keep on printing money? Well, you get a recession and y'all getting fired. Time to face the real world. Matt G for 2. Thank you. Camel, you streaming later or ripping us off again? You're streaming later, right?
Yeah, no. Actually, I'll probably have to get going soon, Rini, because I'm gonna have to.
Oh shit! It's 11:20. Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wrap it up. Yeah. Alfarius Omegon for 2. Thank you. Foodimation had a casting couch in anime dubbing and voice acting. Yeah, it's also everybody's fucking each other.
Yep. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I think we knew about the Foodimation thing, especially with when the Vic Mignogna drama became big. We kind of just learned about. It's just all kinds. Again, it's Hollywood with less money and uglier people, and it's just something about entertainment or corporate entertainment that draws a lot of narcissistic, toxic people, and it sucks because it would be nice to just have things be about the craft first. And that's why I'm glad we're here, because we care about the craft. It doesn't have to be about fuckery all the time. At least not all the time.
It's not about the craft for them because they didn't build anything to get to where they are. They inherited it. And so for them, it's like, it doesn't even matter if the product does well. It doesn't matter if they sell. Nothing matters. It's just like, oh, we can completely destroy this character. We can destroy this product. We had nothing to do with fostering it for decades. And so it doesn't make a difference whether or not it's a successful ad campaign or a TV show, movie, comic, piece of music, because we had nothing to do with creating it. And so that's why you have so much shit that, you know, stuff that was once loved, you know, that turns into shit because the people in control of it currently don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That's true. They want the clout, but they don't want to actually do the work. Yeah, it's all about the clout. That's right. Clout chasers. There you go. Oh boy. If only someday we will arrive out of this hell, this black hole that is this containment.
I hope
someday soon. All these remakes and fucking adaptations and sequels and bad sequels. But I'm going off on tangent. Yeah, hope so. What? What are you talking about? Hey, everybody. Okay, everybody knows that I haven't dated in like 2.5 years.
Oh, don't say that. You know how many people are gonna be like, oh, I love you.
No, people already do that anyway. So no, people know I don't have time for dating because I'm drawing comics and I don't care. I'm here for fiendish and promoting books, which is why you should back Books and Heels today. Ta-da! Let's refresh one more time. I'll let you go soon because it's been almost 2 hours, and I know you have to go start your stream. But let's see if we got any more backers. Not yet. But I know everybody in chat. We have like 173 people watching. I know you are all just
173.
waiting. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you're all just waiting to back this book. You have your finger right over that back this perk button, just hovering over lovingly. Just go ahead and click it. It's okay. Just click it. It'll be worth it. I know you want to. Do it now.
Yeah, come on. Come on. I'll start shaming individuals for not backing it.
No, don't do that. Okay.
It works on my channel. I'll save you the embarrassment. I won't do it here.
Okay, it'll be on your channel. All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything you missed on this campaign? Anything you want to shout out?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, just check it out. We will be taking it down in a month or two. I don't exactly know when, but less time is on the board than there was once. A lot of time. So if you're interested, get in on it. And then we're going to start phase 2. We're going to wrap up the whole thing with issues 4, 5, and 6, and issues 1, 2, and 3 will be gone. And if they're back, they're in reprint form or trade form. So it's not going to be as prestigious an offering.
All right. Fantastic. Well, if you like time travel and awesome 80s-ish superhero art and
stuff,
just a lot of holofoil and a lot of fun.
If you like, gay
holofoils everywhere.
Foil.
So much holofoil. Yeah, so many rainbows everywhere. This is Rainbows the campaign, but in
3D?
a good way.
You can get a 3D issue.
Yeah, you have a 3D comic. That's wild. You should do that. So holofoil and 3D. And if you want to hurt your eyes, but in a good way, back Boots and Heels. I tried. I'm a good saleswoman. I tried. I'm so good at this. Yeah. Oh, all right. Think that about does it. Cool. All right. You guys can follow me in Rainy Draws. You guys all know where I am, and also click like and subscribe to my channel. That would really help if you haven't yet. You gotta check that out. And is there where can people follow you? Actually, I have
you can find me on Twitter at Camel Moon. I don't even know what my Twitter handle is, but I'm sure you can find it. And then you can go to Camel Moon on YouTube. We will be doing a show in roughly about an hour. I have to prep for it now, and it will be funnier than usual. That's what I always say. So
cool. Your Camel's Twitter handle is in the description. I don't remember your Twitter handle either, but I cut and paste it in the description of the video. So go follow him there. Yeah. People are saying it's Tyrant Moon. Sure, that's not that. But Camel Moon Art there. Thank you, Chad. I know Chad would save us in our moment of need. And all right, everybody go follow Camel, go back Boots and Heels, and follow me. And tomorrow I will be doing another episode of the Creative Block, and oh my gosh, it's on my channel. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay, so great. I'll be hosting the Creative Block with Phil Diaz, Narwhal, and Hyper Wizard tomorrow, and it's the pre-Jack show.
That's the name that you guys landed on.
Yeah, we decided on the Creative Block. I think it's cute. It's nice.
Because not the art tools.
No, I thought of that, but we wanted something that was a little more like less shitholy. Yeah. I mean, like, we're all like kind of shitlordy, but we wanted something. The name, we wanted to present the show as a little less shitlordy, so a little more fun and semi-professional. And this is the only time you will see any of us act that professional. So tomorrow it will be on my channel. I don't know when we're starting. Probably. Oh,
it's a rotating show.
It's rotating. Yeah, we rotate between all our channels. So, but there's a playlist. Hold on. I have it on my board here, so let me copy it over. The Creative Block! Exclamation mark! There you go. There's a playlist, and I just posted it in the chat. So if you guys can just save that playlist, then that's a really easy way to catch all the shows, and you can watch our first few shows on Hyper Wizards and Phil's channels. And tomorrow we'll be talking about the difference between manga, American comics, and also European comics. And just difference in technique, printing technique, scheduling, just in general. And we always have a lot to talk about. So that'll be fun. We talk about craft for a couple hours. Should be starting around like 9:30ish, the same time as this stream. And yeah, tune in tomorrow at that time. And I think that's about it. And the rest of the week, I'll just be slaving over pages, and hopefully I'll meet my deadlines. All right. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Where's my outro? Dun, 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 dun.